Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts. I was wondering, can you do a complete pull-up? Can you maybe squat more than twice your own body weight? Can you maybe deadlift more than 3 times your own body weight? When is the last time you went from a pike into a split, into a pancake, into a pistol squat? When is the last time you performed a flying triangle on your opponent, meditated while hanging, or did a muscle up on the rings with added weight? Well, thankfully you don't have to learn any of that. In fact, I only can do this because people pay me to learn it so I can teach them later, which is an insane concept if you ask me. However, there is one skill you definitely have to learn, and if you don't, you will suffer, and the less you can do it, the more you will suffer. Now, I'm not saying that all of the stuff that I showed you before is unimportant. In fact, I commend you for learning any or all of it if you have or if you want to. But I would like to point you to one of the most famous proverbs to have ever been uttered by anyone. And that proverb, my friends, is priorities. Priorities. And the skill you have to prioritize, and I can't believe that I have to call this a skill, which is absurdly depressing to me, but the skill you have to learn is getting down. And I don't mean the kind you've been surprising your partner with annually to their birthday. I mean the literal kind, getting down on the ground and standing up again without assistance, either from your own hands or from someone else. And I mean from any position, getting up and sitting down or even laying down without having to assist yourself with your hands is one of the skills most people cannot and should definitely prioritize. Not only because sitting comfortably on the ground is one of the most important things one should be able to do. It doesn't matter if it is in a deep squat position or in a Turkish seat or even just extended with your back fully upright, which, trust me, is one of the hardest things I've been teaching some of my clients over the past couple of years. Just sitting there, legs extended, upper body extended, and being comfortable. And for someone who has been working on different skills for a long time, that seems very depressing and very sad to me. Not just because I want you to be able to relax on the floor at any moment, because the older we get, the more our mobility starts decreasing, our strength starts decreasing, and we start to suffer from all kinds of problems. And one of those is falling and hurting ourselves. And just being able to get on the ground from any position or into any position and back up again is a major help concerning that problem. See, just in the last year, I've known 3 people over the age of 60 who have broken either their hip or their leg and had to have major surgery and have been suffering greatly due to that. And one of the things that you can do to avoid these problems the older you get, and trust me, it is so prevalent that 1 in 3 people who hurt their hip and have major surgery or major medical intervention after the age of 65 die within 12 months. 1 in 3. That's a third of people who have this sort of problem dying within 12 months. That is an insane amount of people. This is so much. The statistical possibility of you falling into that category is freaking high, so high that it scares me. So when I post videos about getting into a deep squat, about being able to sit down from a deep squat on the ground and back up again and switching positions into all kinds of different directions, I don't do that because it is fun for everyone. I don't do that because everyone wants to do it. I do it because I know that you have to prioritize some things, and it can't be physique, and it can't be aesthetics, and it can't be size, because all of that is great until you reach probably the age of 30 or 40 at the maximum, and then you're gonna notice, oh shit, I have wasted so much time on stuff I could have ignored for now and prioritized something else that will help me later on, that is gonna get harder to learn the older I become. And maybe the problem is that I have been seeing so many people suffering from these kinds of problems that it has become stuck in my mind, but I don't think that's the case. I think that we are really deteriorating when it comes to our own body skills and prioritizing some things that we should maybe let them take a step back and reassess our real priorities and what we need to learn. It's not like I am better when it comes to this. I am the biggest moron you will ever see. For me, the priority for this channel was trying to help people for free. Just trying to help people for free. And over time, as the channel grew, I have noticed that I have been more and more getting into advanced and flashy stuff because I know that gets the views, it gets the likes, it gets the subscribers, and we have been growing exponentially. But on the way, I have forgotten what the real priority is, and that is keeping people healthy to the best of my moronic abilities. So if you have the time, I want you to work on this, on getting up and getting back down again from any position in any sort of way you deem acceptable. And acceptable means that you can do it. It doesn't really matter how good it looks. It doesn't really matter how many muscles you include. It doesn't matter if it's flashy or not. You just need to learn to sit down, shut the I'm joking, we're not at school here. To sit down and get back up again. It doesn't have to be with one leg. It doesn't have to be on your tiptoes. It doesn't have to be anything flashy. It just has to be easy enough for you to replicate it, that you can do it for the rest of your life. And once you have learned that, there is absolutely nothing keeping you from advancing your mobility more and more. In fact, just learning to sit down like this, be it in a deep squat position, and we've done a full video on that, be it in different sitting positions that advance your mobility. We've also done a complete video on that. All of this is going to help you with the rest of your fitness goals, be they strength related, be they mobility related, heck, be they spirituality related, because you're going to be sitting in some kind of semi-lotus for hours and hours on end meditating. Why not be comfortable while doing it? Why not be able to switch from it whenever you feel like it into a Turkish seat? Why not learn the most basic of things, the foundation of our entire existence, which is basically just sitting, standing, and walking? If you neglect a third of that, what is going to happen to you the older you get? What do you think is going to happen? I can tell you, you will become one of these statistics, and I will be sad, and your family will be sad, and your friends will be sad, and all of us will be crying, and you're not going to notice because you're going to be dead. You're going to be dead. And while I have to be honest with you and tell you that you will still die, yeah, I know it's an absolute shocker, the quality of life you can have with being able to sit down comfortably compared to not being able to do it is worlds apart. It's like black and white, like women and men, like thirsty and hungry, like chicken and broccoli, butter and oil, like America and democracy. Yeah, you guys make up the biggest part of my audience, which I am so thankful for. So I had to throw a jab towards you. I had to. So if there is anything you can take away from my endless babbling, is please, for the love of whatever you pray to, learn how to get down and learn how to get up again. And if you can, then advance whatever you want. And if you can't, then at the very least add 5 to 10 minutes of your daily routine to learning how to do it. If you want to learn how to do it, just check out this video and go through the motions. If you don't want to learn how to do it, and if you prioritize other things, especially strength, this skill will suffer even more. And over time, you're gonna notice that you should have done this much earlier. So if nothing else, I hope I depressed you enough to start learning this stuff. If I don't, I will commit sunpaku because I have failed you and my entire family. With that said, sadly, that's all the time I have left for you today. But if you like the video and subscribe and check out other videos on this channel because we have new ones every single day. So until tomorrow, Captain Cairo, peace out.